Zaylor Swift.
Jackass Kelsey.
Oh, so we're married and you call me gay.
I mean,
they're not married. They're not married, but they're...
Yeah.
I can't say in the first couple seconds of the video. That sucks. Anyways.
They're together.
Listen, I rewatched The Batman a couple days ago at work. Right?
Good choice. Good choice.
I didn't really like it the first time. Or I liked it, but everybody was talking about how it's the best Batman movie of all time. It's the top 3 comic book movie of all time yet. And I just didn't get it.
I really liked it.
Watching it back, I think it's arguably the best Batman movie of all time. Arguably top 5.
See, I was going to say I like it, but I think I probably preferred the Arkham series over it.
Those aren't movies.
Not the games.
What do you mean, not the games?
Am I mistaken in my remembrance?
Are you talking about the Dark Knight franchise?
Yes, the Dark Knight. You know what I meant. You know what I meant.
I would put it above Batman Begins and The Dark Knight Rises. But The Dark Knight, I just love Heath Ledger's Joker so much. I really have to get past the oh my god. Where are they? I hate it.
I liked it. It was a nice touch because he was just angry. And usually he's usually like calm, collected, beat the shit out of somebody, and he was actually just angry there.
I'm not wearing hockey pads. I think Robert Pattinson can be a phenomenal Batman. Of course, there's the whole Bruce Wayne conversation. He was too emo to be an actually good Bruce Wayne, yada, yada, yada. But in terms of the story of Batman and the movie, there was a couple problems I had with it. But overall, I got hyped the fuck up. It didn't feel like 3 hours to me. It felt like a very good runtime. I loved Jim Gordon in the movie. I loved Carmine Falcone in the movie. I loved Catwoman in the movie. I loved Batman in the movie. I loved the Riddler in the movie. Even though, and we can have this discussion, I'm getting real fucking sick of the whole let's base Batman in reality and let's make a real grounded and dark and gritty. I'm getting pretty fucking tired of that.
See, I immediately... It got taken out of reality for me when the riots were happening. Because imagine riots going on and the motherfucking police just shines a fucking bat symbol into the clouds. Like, imagine that in your town. Like, what is that supposed to mean?
I will say it's kind of funny, and some people have pointed this out, how the ending of the Batman is pretty disconnected from the rest of the movie. And when I watched it this second time, I was like, yeah, no, because they captured the Riddler, and the Riddler's whole motivation was like, oh, let's expose corruption in, whatever, and let's expose these families, and he's doing that. And then he just goes, now let's kill everybody. And it's like,
yeah,
let's flood the city and slaughter everyone.
Yeah.
How do we get
from point A to point B there? I don't know. Because it was a big disconnect, I will agree. Because you really went from trying to be the hero to, fuck it. Fuck everybody.
Yeah, the whole movie was like, I'm just exposing corruption. I'm working with you, Batman. We're on the same side. Oh, by the way, I'm going to flood the city and have my followers stand up in Gotham Square Garden and just mass murder everyone left that's not already dead.
We're gonna get my followers to dress up as Batman and shoot everybody in this convention center.
But I do say dark, gritty. I'm getting pretty sick of it. I wish it would go more towards the tone of like the Batman animated series, where there is more serious tones, but there's also the silliness of this is a billionaire orphan dressing in a bat suit fighting crime.
They immediately got rid of that option with the emo-ness of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I know these Batman movies aren't going to be like that, but maybe the James Gunn DCEU or whatever he's calling it, maybe we'll get some of that. The first movie with Batman is going to be Batman and Damian Wayne, so we'll see what happens there. But I say all this, an interesting concept that has been brought forward several times for a Batman movie is the perspective of the criminal. Because Batman, it's fear, right?
Yeah.
That's Batman's whole thing. He wants to invoke fear and he sits in the shadows. A horror movie or a horror short film based from the perspective of just a criminal who's, I don't know, trying to pay off his student loans or his medical debt. Just doing a little run for the Penguin. And then his buddies are getting... That would be phenomenal.
That would probably be a comedy because it's like this nice kid on the path to greater things fucked up one time and he got his shit rocked by Batman.
Yeah, of it. Dude, I've seen so many skits of like the way bro looks at me when I convince him to rob a bank in Gotham and say Batman doesn't care about small robberies, and it's just a face going just getting yoinked.
Just fuck are you on about? Like you do that if you want, I guess.
But if you do think about it, if you really think about it, especially in the beginning of Batman's reign, they didn't think he was actually real. They thought he was a myth. Mm-hmm. Some would say they thought he was a cryptid. See what the fuck I'm doing?
Yeah,
see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
We're talking cryptids today.
Right.
Now, in your past, have you ever got the itch to go into what a cryptid is, or, you know?
No, they kind of followed the theme of like urban legend for me because I've only ever like been told about them. Never really looked into them that much.
You never dived into like the Finding Bigfoot show?
I've heard of Bigfoot. I've got a friend who's like really into Bigfoot like merchandise, but that's about it.
Merch? There's Bigfoot merch?
Yeah. There's a specific town I know that's like real big on Bigfoot stuff, and I think it's just Sparta. It's not that's like the whole town, but like there's like people out there in the countryside that'll have this big like life-size like Bigfoot flat cardboard cutout thing just sitting in a field.
Hey, one thing we know about America, you're going to make money off of anything.
Yeah.
That place that has, I totally forgot Monday Night Football is on tonight.
Yeah.
That place that has the Mothman in like West Virginia.
Mm-hmm. I've heard about that
you can go, there's a specific shop you go to where you can get a Mothman pizza and there's a Mothman statue.
Okay.
Yeah, so there is towns that base their entire personality, which they get a lot of tourists from it. So, hey, we said, this is America. Don't get you slipping on. Don't get you, whatever the Childish Gambino lyrics are.
Yes.
You're going to make money either way. But do you know the exact definition of a cryptid?
I do not.
Okay, so when I first started this research, I wanted to know, because I was like, what differentiates a cryptid from other like paranormal kind of things?
Mm-hmm.
The definition of a cryptid is just an animal whose existence or survival is disputed or unsubstantiated. So if you think about it, right? Mm-hmm. We were once cryptids to like ancient animals, right? These fucking, have you seen these horror things where people could you imagine being a mammoth and you're being chased by just a tribe of people? Right? And they chase you for miles just to kill you.
That just sounds like an animal getting hunted to me, to be honest.
Yeah, but animals don't chase other animals for miles. You've seen, dude, there's like a beautiful clip of an alligator who tries to snap up and get a deer from the water, and he misses, and you can tell that motherfucker's pissed. He's starving because he flops in the water and he just goes... just smacks the water, and you're like, God damn, I know that. I know that feeling. My fat ass.
Give me that food.
But no, if I were to ask you, like, what cryptids you know of, how many do you think you could name?
Mothman, Slenderman, Bigfoot.
Slenderman's not a cryptid.
He's not?
No one has actually claimed to see Slenderman.
I thought people have.
No. There was those two girls who sacrificed their friend to Slenderman.
I remember that, yeah.
To get into his mansion or whatever. But no, Slenderman's a creepypasta. He's along the lines of, like, Jeff the Killer.
Okay.
Ben Drowned, that kind of shit.
Okay, well, then Mothman, Bigfoot, and one that's not really a cryptid because it was a promotional event, but the Wayuter Hooter for Jack Daniels.
The Wayuter Hooter?
Yeah, they sold it as like a cryptid, a Tennessee urban cryptid or urban legend or some shit.
I know Jack Link's used Bigfoot in their promotional material a lot, right?
Yeah.
But what about Nessie? You ever heard of Nessie?
Yeah. And I was gonna say the Chupacabra.
I forgot about the Chupacabra, the goat sucker.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, phenomenal name. Like El Chupacabra. You're like, hell yeah, dude. That's a badass name. And then you learn it means goat sucker.
I didn't know that. I thought you were just saying he ate goats. I didn't realize that was the definition of the name, or the meaning of the name.
It literally means goat sucker.
That's
quite
funny.
On the nose.
I think that's funny.
They just said, hey, it sucks goats. So we're just calling it the goat sucker, which is what they called me in college. Have you heard of any Tennessee cryptids?
I've only ever heard of Sasquatch around Tennessee or just Bigfoot.
I've never heard of Tennessee Bigfoot.
That's the town that I was talking about that like has all the Bigfoot stuff is in Tennessee.
Let's talk Bigfoot for a second, actually. Do you believe in any cryptids?
Not really, no.
Why not?
I haven't seen it. Nobody has.
You're a goddamn sheep.
Every
What do you mean
video,
nobody has? We have pictures. We have photo evidence.
Every picture and video I've seen just looks shit.
So you're a sheep. Bah.
No, I'm a graphic designer who knows what post-processing is.
Fucking get a load. Bow down to your Illuminati overlords.
Okay.
Fucking sheep. Wake up your third eye. See what actually is going on. No, but I think Bigfoot exists. But it's not like some crazy thing. Because when you see the definition of cryptid, it's basically just an animal that scientists haven't pinpointed what it is exactly. Probably because it's just stupid evasive, right?
Yeah.
So is it really that hard to believe that just a massive ape is just chilling in the woods? Now, is it fucking tearing up cars and, getting into tents and fucking your dog or whatever the stories are? I think that's the stories. I'm just making assumptions based on what I would do as a Bigfoot. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, those stories are pretty crazy, but it just chilling, this big ass ape,
See,
is it really?
I'm looking up pictures of Bigfoot right now, and all I see are bad costumes, processed pictures, and a picture of a skull that says proof.
Congratulations, you're scrolling through the government.
Oh, here's one
page.
The shadow in the trees. There's nothing you can really see.
I was going fucking. What about a Yeti? You ever heard of a Yeti?
Yes, I've heard of Yeti.
Possibly responsible for the Dilatov Pass incident?
I haven't heard of an incident. And
you haven't heard of this?
No.
Okay, so there's a great Wendigoon video on it. There's a couple great. There's a documentary on it. These hikers went into the Russian mountains and didn't come back, and they found their tent was cut from the inside, and they all ran out in their pajamas in the middle of a blizzard. And some were found with their eyes and teeth missing, radiation on their person, and yet and a lot of people have explanations of government testing of like gas and shit, which is very possible. Yeah. But you also got the people saying it was a fucking Yeti. I seen that bitch in there. I seen them Yetis in there. All right, see, they tore their ass up.
My first thought was they ran into a serial killer with radium or some shit.
the serial killer with, I don't know why I'm picturing like someone dressed in the Hamburglar suit holding up a glowing green fucking.
I mean, okay, radium is not that hard to find.
Like it's kryptonite and just like, kids,
and
come
like,
here.
Okay, when did this incident happen?
In like the 50s.
Yeah, radium was super easy to get a hold of at that time. So
there was radium and everything.
I mean, there was literally radium in watches. The glowing hands. Yeah, the radium girls or some shit like that. It's a thing in the US.
That, and we'll get to the cryptids in a moment. And there was another one in Russia where this girl returned from a hiking trip with none of her group. And she said they stopped to drink some water. And she didn't get a drink. Kept walking. And all of a sudden, one after the other started throwing up blood. And then blood started leaking from their ears, eyes, and nose. And they all just died. Could you imagine being her and just around you that shit starting to happen?
That'd be kind of creepy there.
Turns out some government chemicals infected the water. But as soon as you're there, I'm like, I'm next. I'm taking off. I'm next, though. I'm fucked.
Figured it was a chemical thing because that sounds like a horrible reaction.
Yeah, that wouldn't be your first thought, though. Be like, oh my God, dude, it's the Yeti. It was the Yetis again. As I said, I've seen them fuckers in those mountains. Who knows what they can do to you? I've seen those fucking Yetis.
I see them.
I see them. Just an old ass man in like Florida on the beach. Just like, I seen a goddamn Yeti. You've been here your entire life. Fuck it, I seen him. Shut the fuck up.
When
you
I
don't
went to
know
Russia
me.
that 1 year before you were alive, and I never told anybody before.
Listen here, Sonny. I work for the goddamn ICA, CIA. Yeah, whatever the fuck they're called, all right? I was in Russia. I was in the mountains. And I had sexual relations with a Yeti. I seen them fuckers, and I fucked them fuckers. All right?
Pulling and fuck death.
Did you take your meds today? Fuck my meds. Let me talk about the goddamn Yeti.
Grandpa, here's 2 pills. You should take this with some water. No. God damn it.
Shut the fuck up. I'm choking. So, first up, all right. I got a little experience. So for this first cryptid, I wrote the story of a encounter, the most infamous encounter from this particular one.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of them, I couldn't really find encounters that were interesting enough. So I wrote my own. So I apologize if these are fucking stupid.
Okay.
Right?
Creative writing, we'll take it.
So, see, we're taking a trip. Right?
All right.
Old Tennessee. Not that far. It's the late 90s. You're a man named Rob Phillips, and your cousin Randy is with you camping in the forest near Elizabethton, Tennessee. It's a dark, rainy
Which area?
You said which area?
Pretty sure.
Is that where the Bell Witch is?
Possibly
While
not.
you look that up, I'll keep telling the story. Make sure you're paying attention.
Heard that.
It's a dark, rainy night. You set up your tents to go to sleep after a long day of camping or hiking. You decide to camp. Right?
Yeah.
As you're about to enter your tent, you notice something off about the woods. The forest has become absolutely silent. You turn to Randy, and he looks just as confused as you before you hear several twigs snap just beyond the tree line, followed by the most gutturally, ear-piercing scream you could imagine. You and Randy take off in opposite directions, and you run behind a tree, trying desperately to quietly catch your breath. After a few minutes, you decide to peek around the tree, only to notice something walking around, surveying your camp. Through the darkness, you can make out some features of this creature. That rhymed, though. It's a somewhat ape-like figure who stands 7 to 9 feet tall. It is covered head to toe in fur and... Oh, the smell. All of a sudden, its head shoots your way and you see its glaring red eyes. Your heart drops, thinking you're dead before you hear it scream again before taking off in the opposite direction. You have just had an encounter with the creature known as the Tennessee Wild Man. Now, the Tennessee Wild Man is a description. Hairy humanoid creature, basically distant cousin of Bigfoot, the hillbilly cousin of Bigfoot. Bigfoot comes down for family vacations, family Christmases, and this thing is like, how you doing? It's like, oh god, damn it, I got to deal with this guy.
One uncle.
Covered head to toe in fur. Some say it's red, some say it's gray, with red eyes and a fucking awful smell. Apparently, it smells like a rotting corpse. It's strong and agile with a pretty gnarly scream, so I'm guessing it was the, Bigfoot and a Yeti. Yeti came down from Russia, had a little fun with a Bigfoot, and the little baby came out saying, I hate women. Why do I say that? Because it's aggressive towards women and dogs, not men. It hates dogs, and it hates women.
All right.
And let me tell you, apparently, no one knows where the fuck it came from. Nobody has any theories outside of possible circus freak who escaped. That's the theory.
All right.
Nothing to say about the Tennessee Wild Man?
I mean, he sounds like he hates women and dogs.
Which is based as fuck.
Needs a shower.
Which leads me into my theory of actually how this thing came about, right? And this is probably the truth, right? So I'm picturing a tall man, and he gets into the Andrew Tate, fresh and fit kind of stuff, right? Big red pill guy.
Yeah.
Red pill guy who starts just spewing these beliefs at family dinners, family Thanksgivings, family Christmases, until he's finally just thrown out of his house. Thrown out of his house because he's a weak little man. He's tall, but he's such an insecure little man, and that's where the scream comes from. And these screams are only triggered by woke propaganda. If he sees a gay flag, it's over for you. It's over. That's why many of these gay people go into these woods and are never seen again, because this fucking based alpha male goddamn Tennessee Wild Man gets their ass.
Man, Pride Month must go wild over there.
Because he's a wild man. What's
I did look up the witches. It's not Elizabethton. It's Adams and Salem. So,
all right. How would you feel if you looked into your camp and you saw this fucking thing just chilling?
I would no longer be in the area.
Nah, you wouldn't. No. I will say this is the last ape I have, or I say last. It was one of two. I have to bring this up because it's a funny phone call, but it's a little creepy. Have you ever delved into like 911 phone calls?
I've heard a few. They kind of fucked me up, but I've heard a few.
Yeah, if y'all never have for your mental health, don't get into like the serial killer ones or the ones where people are like dying on the phone, because that's insane. I don't know why that's available on YouTube, but it is. But there is one of a guy who's calling in about people who speculate it's a Bigfoot, but all he says is there's this big ass ape walking around in his backyard, and he states that it turns to look at him, and I swear to God his words are like, yeah, that's a big fucking thing.
You know what? That's probably a fair statement to make at that point in time. Probably not, but
yeah, no, Bigfoot should come with the subtitle. That's a big son of a bitch.
That's a big son bitch right there. Wait, why are you coming over here? Wait, hold on.
Look at that big son of a bitch. Hey, what the fuck are you doing? I'll shoot, boy.
Don't come around here.
All right. Let's move on.
All right.
See, we're going on another trip. Right?
All right.
You and some friends are tired. So very tired of your everyday lives. Y'all decide to disconnect for a week. Get a log cabin in the Ozark Mountains. You know where that is?
No.
Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas.
Okay.
That area, right? Your first night goes by without issue. Some drinks, some laughs, some games. You know the drill.
Yeah.
The second night haunts you to this very day. You decide to have a bit of a bonfire night. Grab some hot dogs, no mayo.
Why you got to do that?
Some s'more supplies and get the fire going. No mayo. The night goes by with some laughs. Your buddy dropping his hot dog in the fire. I wrote that, and I'm realizing that that could be taken as his penis by some people. Don't be weird about it.
Be weird about
Someone trips, hits the ground, and their s'more just coats a portion of the grass. Then you hear it. A piercing, inhuman scream fills the air. A lot of these fucking things have screams.
It was me because I dropped my hot dog in the fire, man.
Just you hear this goddamn this mountain lion like scream, and you're fucking my fault. I tripped. Man, that thing sounds like a lot. God damn it! Who forgot the mayo? If y'all don't know what we're referencing, go back to Hard Stances.
Hard Stances, yes, sir.
You all stop what you're doing and look towards the tree line. You see nothing but darkness except for two little glowing red lights. You freeze. What the fuck? One of your boys says as the lights start growing closer and closer. Too scared to move, you and your friends watch as the fire illuminates the creature before you. It scans all of you before passing into the tree line behind your group. You, Z, and all your friends have just encountered the Ozark Howler.
Nah, fam. What?
And it's going to be howling when I'm done with it.
All right. I'm going to need this. What's the description of the Ozark Howler?
So in physical appearance, it resembles a cougar mixed with a black bear. The features of a cougar with the size of a black bear. All right? With large horns protruding from its forehead.
Okay.
Right?
And it just scans you and keeps on moving?
I meant to send you pictures of these in the Discord, but we're just going to keep it pushing. Right?
All right. They'll
Some
be on the pod
reports seeing it
right here.
Some reports seeing it with glowing red eyes as well. It has a howl that sounds like a combination between a wolf's howl and an elk's bulge. Bulge? I'm just going to say bulge. Y'all do with it whatever. And some compare it between a woman's scream or a half-human creature. Which, good for you. Half-human creature? What the fuck is that? If someone came up to me and we heard a mountain lion scream, they said, that sounds half-human. I'm like, what do you mean half-human? Who are you?
Yeah.
What do you do in your free time?
What does half-human sound like?
Yeah, what does that mean? Are you okay? Take off the mask. What are you?
So back to the story here. You see the glowing red eyes, and it gets closer, and it just looks at you and keeps on moving.
Okay, so I put that in the story because there are no stories of it being aggressive towards people. It kind of just chills. You hear it scream, and I'm guessing just like any other animal, if it's hunting or if it's already pissed off and you piss it off even more, it'll get you. But in most of the stories I heard, people were just like, what the fuck is that? And it just passed along.
So, I mean, if it follows the pattern of like a normal animal hunting, I would probably be the one dead for running. Because while everybody else is standing there, I'm going to be fucking gone.
You hear the scream, see the red eyes, and everybody's like, what the fuck? Turn and see the back of your head.
Yep.
Fuck y'all. Y'all can get eaten. Not doing that. Nope.
Y'all, that's all y'all. I ain't got to be faster than it. It's going to be faster than y'all.
Fuck that. I'm pushing you in the fire. I already dropped my hot dog in s'more. And y'all forgot the mayo.
And you forgot the mayo. Like, come on.
I'm glad you're fully leaning into being the mayo hot dog guy.
Look,
that makes me happy.
Look, mayo and hot dogs is still good. I stand by it. Hard stances.
All right, so some origin where people think this shit comes from. People think it was a possible spirit animal for the Native Americans to protect the land from invaders, which it did a great job. It did a great fucking job, didn't it?
No.
Fucking stellar job. You were there to protect the lands. God damn, you suck.
You walk past a bonfire and the motherfucker dropped a hot dog in it. And they forgot the mayo.
And they forgot the mayo. They forgot the mayo.
That's the destruction of nature right there. They should be gone.
The title of this podcast may be They Forgot the Mayo. And people, what? Why is the cryptids in the thumbnail and the title is just they forgot the mail?
You know what? It might have to be that way.
But yeah, just stay away from the Ozarks if you don't want to see this shit. It's terrifying to look at. Even if it's not aggressive, if I'm driving and I see this shit on the side of the road, fuck off.
See, I've thought about camping before, but now I just don't want to do it.
You see, that's the thing. Like, a lot of this shit is in the woods, right?
Like, I don't believe it, but I don't want to take the chance.
No, it's like what I said with yada yada yada. It's like what I said with the bad mojo stuff, the voodoo and the what. I don't believe in it. I just don't mess with the bad mojo.
Yeah.
I love camping, but if I'm in the middle of the woods and I start hearing screams like that, I look outside my tent, there's red eyes. I'm all right.
I will no longer be in the woods.
I hop my ass in the car and take off.
Yeah, fuck y'all. If y'all don't get to the car before I do, it's going to be some issues because I'm leaving.
Dude, the last time I went camping was with my grandparents and like my cousins, a couple of my brothers too. And there was a night where we thought it was going to rain, but we weren't sure. So my grandparents turned to me and they were like, "You're the senior camper here, so we'll leave it up to you. Do you think we should go back to the house or stay out in the woods?" And I looked them dead in the face. And this was around the time where I was reading up on like Slender Man. So I was like, let's go back to the house. Fuck
Good
that.
statement.
I don't want to be in the woods in the dark. Fuck that.
Good choice. That's all I got to say. Good choice.
Put anything left on the Ozark Howler?
What about what?
The Ozark Howler, by the way, that's what they called my my lady in college.
I can't decide on whether that would be good or bad for you.
I think it's inappropriate for me to be making that joke about my wife without her knowledge of it. I'm probably going to skip this when she listens to the podcast. Give her a timestamp and tell her to skip this part.
Yeah, 32 minutes. I got you.
Because then she'll turn me into the Ozark Howler. Hello! Not in the good way. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Let's go. All right. You and your best friend are on a road trip up the East Coast. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So picture it, you're up in Florida, hop in the car and just start driving. You pull into the little town of Bishopville, South Carolina, around midnight. That's when the engine sputters and cuts off. The fumes you've been coasting on have seemingly run out. The car comes to a rest on the bridge of the Scape Ore Swamp. What the hell? Your buddy says tiredly as they wake up. Why are we stopped? He asks, moving his blanket off of him. Out of gas, you sigh, unbuckling. I was hoping to make Charlotte tonight. Before he can express his dissatisfaction, you get out of the car and meet him at the trunk. I looked on my map, he says, looking down at his phone. There's a gas station about 10 minutes from here. He sighs. 20-minute walk, though. You huff and throw your trunk open. Gotta do it, you growl. Unless, of course, you would like to wait here. You half smirk at him. Fuck no. The swamp in the middle of the night? It smells. It's dark as shit. You laugh. Come on. You and him start your journey down the road, not even getting 50 feet from the car before you hear it. What was that? Shh. You cut him off, freezing in place, listening to your surroundings more closely. You hear something moving in the water, something big. You laugh to yourself, confusing your friend a bit more. It's just the water, man. So hyped up for no. Your voice trails off as you hear something different, something more unsettling. You hear what sounds like something surfacing out of the water, then the pitter-patter of footsteps on the wet ground. You turn, pointing your flashlight in the direction of the footsteps. The flashlight shines on green, scaly skin, forming around a lanky 8-foot frame on a humanoid lizard thing. Fuck this, your buddy yells before taking off. You hesitate, staring into the bright red eyes before following your friend, but you hear its footsteps right behind you. Fuck! 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 You scream, seeing your buddy get back in the car as you jump in the driver's side, locking the doors behind you. The creature grabs at your door handle before shrieking and tearing at your doors and roof, leaving deep claw marks in your fender and bumper. What the fuck did we do? Buddy pushes out of a panicked tone. You quickly scan the car looking for anything you can use before your eyes rest on the steering wheel. You slam your hand into it, seeing the creature shriek and shake as your horn goes off. It holds the sides of its head, shrieking before taking off. After some time, catching your breath, looking into the dark swamp, you just hear your buddy say, Let's wait till the morning to get gas. You, Z, on your road trip, breaking down in the swamp, have come face to face with what is only known as the Lizard Man of Scape Ore Swamp.
I've heard of a lizard man, but I thought it was a Florida thing. Gotta be real.
There's most likely some in Florida. There's everything in Florida.
Also,
then again, that was probably just a man on bath salts. Fucking.
I was gonna say, I vibe so hard with the friend that said "fuck this" and took off.
Fuck this,
because real shit right there. That's some real shit. Like, if my friend said that and I'm the one that's standing there hesitating, yeah, he deserved to live.
Yeah, no. See, I thought you'd have a problem with me writing you as the guy who hesitates, because I know you'd be like, "Fuck that."
As soon as you said the wet feet on the ground, I said, "Ain't none of us wet."
Ain't none of us.
We on a bridge. Wet. We on concrete. What's the wet sound coming from? That was. When I heard a footstep, I'm heading in the opposite direction.
Yeah, no. So this thing apparently is stupid aggressive. Stupid aggressive. Anybody who goes into the swamp comes back to their cars torn up, tires busted, claw marks deep into the frame of their car, because apparently this thing has long black fingernails.
Yes.
I took inspiration from the most famous encounter, which a 17-year-old kid said that he had to change a tire on the bridge I said you parked at. It's a real bridge. And he got the tire back on, and he just looked up and saw this thing just running towards him.
Oh, hell.
Hopped in his car, and the thing hopped on top and was just just at his vehicle.
Oh, hell. Oh, hell.
Now, I watched the video on this, and it was pretty fucking funny because you had a bunch of people saying, "Yeah, I saw him in the tree line." And
South Carolina, what do you expect?
yeah, he was talking about how he was in the middle of this field. He's like, "You gotta pull up right there. You ain't gonna take off. You're just gonna go into the trees." And I saw that fucker right there. He was right there, about 8-9 feet tall.
Hell no.
Apparently, a radio station around the area offered $1 million to capture this thing alive.
Good luck.
Would you do it? Would you
Fuck
try?
no. Nuh-uh.
It's a mill.
It's a mill. It's a mill. A mill ain't worth my life. $20 is $20, but $1 million ain't worth my life.
You tell me you can't handle some 8-foot tall lizard person?
Fuck no. Not alive. Not alive. I'm coming strapped.
No. Not alive.
Moment a bitch start running at me, I'm shooting.
I bring you the goddamn corpse. I don't know who the fuck you think you are.
That better be a wanted dead or alive poster. I don't need alive.
Shoot out its kneecaps and just drag its ass back to
Yeah, because I have that good aim. Totally.
I'm shooting. Where the bullets hit, I don't know.
They going in your general direction, and I hope one hits.
But apparently one dude did come to the radio station or some news station with like a handful of scales and some blood and said, like, "I shot this son of a bitch. I got him." And then he said he made it up to like further the story.
I figured. They say handful of scales and blood and you're not hurt anywhere.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because this thing, as I said, it doesn't take a lot to get this thing pissed off. It just needs to see you, and it's pissed off.
If it's hyper aggressive, then yeah, A single gunshot ain't gonna do shit unless it's to the head.
Yeah. Now, I couldn't find any origins on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing it was just, I don't know. I fucking know. Something
Appeared one day.
deep in the
alien.
swamp water. It's an alien. Crash landed in the swamp.
Yep.
And I would just chills there.
There's a swamp creature in some show, like childhood show that I remember watching, and I feel like it was Ben 10.
Are you thinking of Swamp Thing?
Yes.
Swamp Thing was a Big Ten alien creature, but it was also a DC creature. That likes to fuck people up.
That's what I think of swamp.
I do love that it got big enough in this little Bishopville, South Carolina, where the radio station was like, fuck it. We'll give $1 million if you capture it alive. You know the radio station for sure does not have $1 million.
Oh, 100%.
It does not have... Brother, I would dress you up in a lizard costume, put you on stilts, and drag your ass into there.
And I will play along.
Teach you how to do a little shriek. I got this son bitch. Look at him.
Matter of fact, I'll put in an investment and get some somebody to make some like Wolverine claws or some shit and just start scratching up shit as soon as I get brought in.
See, no, I find it very funny to imagine us trying to do that, but it's literally you in like a plastic lizard mask and just a green shirt.
Going,
Can you get him out of here, please?
Stop the lizard man. Get out, we'll call the cops.
Yeah, no, you stand up and you're like, I'm the lizard man. I live in the swamp.
It's me. That's not how lizard man talks.
You don't sound like you live in the swamp, and you just get out me swamp.
Hey, somebody tell me to do the roar.
Tell me to do the roar. Hey, you little boy, tell me to do the roar.
Do the right.
Oh, that's so fucking stupid. That's such a funny sight to think, because we wouldn't even know. We know we wouldn't get away with it, but I feel like we would do it just to troll the fuck out of the radio station. Like call in and say, I got the lizard, I got it, I'm on the way. They're like, holy shit. And then we just pull up with you. Not even a lizard mask, just spray painted green.
Spray painted green. I got like some pen or something and mark like little scales on my skin.
Yeah. And they're not even done properly. Like it's halfway done because you got tired.
Yep.
Fucking Taco Bell sauce on your face. It's like, I'm the lizard. I'm the lizard. Trust me.
I'm the lizard. It's truly me, you know. It's me.
Bring in that kid who saw me. I guarantee you. Put me in a lineup.
They'll be like, it's that one.
It's that. I told you. I'm the lizard. Ah! Oh, that's so fucking stupid. Moving on. We got old Margaret and Thatch are having a nice little stroll on the edge of Lake Isabella in their hometown of Loveland, Ohio. See, there's nothing really to do in Ohio.
It's Ohio.
Because it's Ohio. I kind of love Ohio. So I love to just spend their nights watching the moon's reflection in the lake, talking about whatever comes to mind. This night ends up a bit different, though. They walk to the edge of the lake, feeling the water push up onto their feet every so often, talking, laughing, before being interrupted by a sight, creature, an animal. That's a big-ass frog, Thatch says as they gaze upon a frog-like creature, looking to be around 4 feet in length, no more than 60 pounds. That's a frog? Margaret asks, confused. It had all the features of a frog. Head, body. It was even laying like one. But something was off. Of course. What else would it... Thatch starts before the creature spots them, before slowly standing up on its hind legs. It blinks and watches them before slowly walking into the water, disappearing out of sight. Minutes passed. 2 girls, too stunned to speak. Thatch eventually breaks the silence with, "Yeah, let's find a different spot to walk."
Yeah. See, you said big frog. I immediately thought mountain chicken.
What the fuck is mountain chicken?
Look it up. I'll throw it right up here on the pod. You know, actually, we down there. Mountain chicken. It's a big frog.
Mountain
Not a
chicken.
big frog, but it's a frog.
So this, to give you a description, it is known as the Loveland frog. Apparently it's somewhat humanoid, but it has the face of a frog and like webbed toes and feet or whatever. But it's only 4 feet tall. First seen in the 1950s, and apparently some people see it on the road or just on the side of the road. Some people have said they've come across a group of them just chilling, just bouncing around. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, if a big ass frog looks at me, stands up, and walks into the water. Yeah.
God damn.
Big frog.
Them frog legs are killing. But if you see a frog leg just slowly stand up and walk into the water,
It's a big old hell no.
you're moving states.
I'm moving somewhere else, not in Loveland. Tell you that much.
See, the problem is like that's nothing though. That's just a little guy.
Sorry, I expect a frog to be frog-like and hop around and, ribbit and all this extra shit. If I see a frog get up and walk, I'm turning the other direction.
I mean, it could be worse. It could stand up on its hind legs and just look at you and go, Z. You know what I mean?
It could also just start running at you, but...
Well, I mean, it would hop. It wouldn't run.
I mean, if it stood up on its hind legs and walked into water, I'd imagine it could have the ability to run, yeah.
I will say, if you saw just a normal sized frog stand up and just like do a little and just walk into the water, you'd be like, what the fuck is happening? What is going on?
That frog's getting ready for a hard day's work. It's going to work. Gotta get my ass up.
Yeah, that frog said, another day, another dollar. You ask that frog what's going on, it says, same old, same old.
Says, how was your day? Good, you?
Yes, that frog. Hey, how's your day going? Still here. Still rocking in the free world.
Yes, sir.
Making it the whitest frog possible.
Like, I catch you on the flip side.
Use that TikTok. You go up to the frog. It's like, what it do? Pretty clean, right? Or he's like, what do you? Yo, what the fuck is going on? He's just staying out the way.
I was feeling a little froggy, so I might as well jump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh my fuck! It's actually just pulling frog shit like that. How you feeling? I'm feeling froggy. I'm feeling froggy as fuck.
Hey, you know what my name is on the fantasy?
Froggy Fresh.
Froggy Fresh, yes sir.
I hate that because I just picture that as a rapper. He's like, yeah, get bitches. Wow.
His call sign is Froggy on the beat.
Froggy on the beat.
Yes sir.
Fuck. Beat drops, so you know the Metro Boomin wants some more. That shit.
Yeah.
The fucking producer tag is just.
Froggy on the beat. Ribbit.
Yeah, this frog on the beat. Yeah. Let me drop this shit. Oh my god. But yeah, that was the Loveland frog. That was the creatures I actually researched. But I have some down here, some names that I thought were interesting, and I want you to just throw out a little guess what you think they are.
Okay.
The dildo monster.
It's a dildo.
It's actually a creature that lives underneath Dildo Lake. I know you think I'm fucking lying.
So you telling me
I'm fucking lying?
You telling me some motherfucker, whoever decided to name this bitch, said, "Let's name it Dildo Lake."
Dude, rich people get bored. They just buy shit.
It's okay.
Dog Boy, which seems like a racial slur.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Excuse
It's Dog
me?
Girl. Full Metal Alchemist.
You said Dog Girl?
Yeah.
What's that anime called again?
Full Metal Alchemist.
Playing. You're not supposed to give me the fucking.
See, if you're going to do whatever to a, I think she was 6-year-old girl that was
okay, you can't set me up like that. You can't. You did not give me that information prior to me making that statement. So you should already know not to feed into it. You are an accomplice. That's what you are.
Look, all I'm saying is watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
No, I'm not.
It's
I tried to make
up.
a funny little I'm attracted to dog women jokes, and you're like, oh, by the way, she's 6. After I make the statement, that's not okay, Z.
I feel like it was perfectly timed.
That wasn't perfectly timed at all. Are you trying to kill me?
It's not entrapment if you walked into it yourself.
Okay, you fucking cop.
You said dog man, I immediately thought Full Metal Alchemist, and I was like dog girl. And you were like, well,
I gave it, and I tell you, you're supposed to keep me from saying shit like that. I tell you all the time. You know that thought popped in my head, and you should have immediately been like, she's 6. But you let me fucking stroll on by. You saw the landmine field, and you said, Jackie, this way. Fucking asshole.
Look, I'm just never prepared for when you're on your shit like that. So when you get up with the, well, what's it called again? I'm just like, oh, it's over already.
And you still will have the information. You gave it to me full blast. What are you talking about? You're not innocent in
the next
this.
EDP over here.
What the fuck are you talking about? I don't like cupcakes.
Oh, shit.
We got the OVO Dick Monster, which I think is just Drake. I think that's just Drake. I don't know that's how you pronounce it. I'll try to like send. It's just a dick monster. What are you talking about?
Okay.
The Japanese hairy fish.
Just a hairy fish?
It's what they called, Come on. You're getting there.
See, I wanted to jump to you, but then I thought of a more fucked up way.
See, I'm frightened now.
So I won't say it. So we'll just move on.
You're leaving little trail, fucking cookies. Come on, follow me.
If it's not you, then who?
What are you talking about? Did you just call me a Japanese hairy fish?
No, but you said that's what. Now I'm assuming you're going to say they called me in college. But then earlier you said they called your wife in college. And I was like, that's more fucked up.
Yeah, I wasn't about to say I was about to say your mother, but I didn't want to say any disrespectful thing about your mother.
Oh, well.
But she's a lovely woman.
Cool. I appreciate that. I'm pretty sure she does too. She watches our shorts and podcasts.
Oh, that's fucked up. Looks like I'm not making this into a short. Apparently, Paul Bunyan is a cryptid.
Cryptid?
Cryptid. Paul Bunyan. It just says Paul Bunyan.
I thought he... Isn't he...
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Veggie Man. I think that's Australian.
Really likes his Vegemite.
I think the Veggie Man is what my parents told me was going to get me when I didn't eat my vegetables.
Okay.
I think my dad just dressed as a piece of broccoli and was like, hey, you fucking little shit. I was like, Dad? He's like, no, I'm a fucking broccoli. I think he called me gay. The X Monkey, which was my code name when I sold ecstasy on the street. I'm going to be honest. Just putting that out there.
Okay. I was thinking the X-Men and the blue guy, not Nightcrawler.
I thought you were going to mention one of the only black characters in the X-Men. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. Also, I was already prepared for the response. Nightcrawler? Nightcrawler's an X-Monkey?
He's an X-Men and he's got a monkey tail.
You're an X-Men, but you're a monkey. What the fuck is that about? Jesus, Charles. I'm sorry.
Gosh, Charles.
God damn. Magneto comes to the door and hears that, and he's like, Jesus, like, what did I walk into?
I don't know. Magneto might be part of the problem there.
You know how fucking Xavier's brain deteriorated and he killed all the X-Men in the Logan timeline?
Yes.
I just imagine them trying to introduce a black X-Men and he just goes off because his brain is deteriorating. And he's like, oh, yes, your name shall be the X-Monkey! And Charles!
We're not in that time anymore, Charles. Why?
Charles, you've been good for like 30 years. What the hell is going on?
It's like the black guy's just like, I don't know if I want to be a part of this.
I don't. I'm cool with going to. My parents hate me.
I think
cool.
I'm gonna just stick to being a vigilante, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just like, let me grab a suit. I'll be on my way.
Yeah,
I don't want to be here.
Yeah, make sure he has no part in the suit making either. It's just
make sure he doesn't. He'll probably put red lips on it, and I don't.
Give me a mask with just red lips.
Give me a full black suit with just red lips on it, and I don't think
I'd like that very much, you know.
I think that would be kind of inappropriate, if I'm being honest. So I have actually one more. Okay.
All right.
One more, and I'll try to get through it quick because we're coming up on an hour.
All right.
But
all right.
See, I want you to imagine yourself just as a lonely farmer in Czechoslovakia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just a lonely farmer. And in the tree line, you see something that looks like it's holding a bunch of hot dogs, just swinging it around.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you find yourself pinned to the ground with this thing just standing over you. And you know what it does, Z?
What?
It wrangles your dong.
The dong wrangler.
It is the Czechoslovakian dong wrangler. Have you ever heard of this thing?
No.
I'm going to read you this article, okay? I'll send the link to it. Maybe you could put a screenshot up. First reported in the early 1930s by a German couple visiting the town of Schinderhof in the country known as Czechoslovakia. The Czechoslovakian dong wrangler, also known as the Bohemian dong monster, is a creature well known for its ability to wrangle multiple dongs at will, as described by locals, of course. In one of the earliest known recordings of the dong wrangler, a local farmer, Albert sent a letter to his brother in a nearby town. In the letter, details an encounter he has with the creature in the woods near his home. He described the creature to be vaguely phallic in shape, and it only had one glowing eye. The creature has 2 pair of legs on its body and a large ass. God damn, it had a fat ass.
I'm not out.
It has been known to hoard dongs to create a massive dong army, thus enabling it to wrangle more dongs. In order to wrangle a dong, the Czechoslovakian dong wrangler stands over its victim and through sheer will wrangles their dong. In a newspaper from 1935, another farmer claimed he was trying to sleep after working in his fields when his dong was wrangled with great force. The Czechoslovakian dong wrangler is coming, and it's coming very soon.
That sounds like a fantastic name for a prostitute in Czechoslovakia.
The dong wrangler?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I'm not out.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not out.
I'm not out of the Czechoslovakian dong wrangler. If it appears to me with some like nice tits on it, doesn't even have to be a woman. Just put some nice tits on it.
You said fat ass and sheer force.
You said it got fat ass. It does have fat ass.
You got me there.
Got a fat ass. You can wrangle my dog between them buns. Let me tell you.
You got me there.
Yeah. Listen, I'm just a man that likes a fat ass. I'm a simple man.
I'm a simple man. That's all I'm saying.
I'm a simple man. Even if it's on a man, put some titties on that bitch. I'm in.
That's all you, but
that's you. That's not me. Don't push that on me.
It's not me.
So that's where we draw the line. We can lead your co-host into saying something about a 6-year-old anime character, but you can't act gay for a second just with some fat ass. That's what we're doing. That's what this podcast was.
You walked into that yourself.
You had the ability to stop me. You had the ability. You recognized where the conversation was going. No, bullshit. Bullshit.
I didn't know you were going to do it until you did.
I didn't know. I didn't. I imagine.
And then I was like, man, that's one little girl, and he really said that shit.
I didn't say it about a little girl. Stop framing it like this. I was not aware. I don't even know what the bitch looks like. I'm
shit.
fucked. I'm fucked.
To this day, I see like reels and shit of dudes who's like, yeah, meet my daughter and my dog, and it's like, oh, they're together, and it's like, oh yeah, they're never apart, and everybody immediately knows, and then
anyways,
I've got one last one. Hold on, I've got one last one. The Wayuter Hooter. This was a
fucking Wayuter Hooter.
Let me pull it back up because I don't remember too well here, but this was introduced as part of the Clark family photography collection. This is a creature that is 12 feet tall.
Goddamn.
This is a story that was made a part of a promotional event, pretty much. But from the story, standing still looks a lot like a big old oak tree, but moving looks like the devil himself.
Ew.
The Wayuter Hooter. Yeah, from Jack Daniels. This story first appeared in a 1969 book called I Remember that was privately published for the Tennessee Choir Association.
I remember the Wayuter Hooter.
Yeah. It's a drink
worked
now.
At Hooters.
Did you?
Wait, is it an actual drink?
Yeah. It's not like a specific standalone. It's like a drinky mix, but yeah. I think it's Jack, Sprite, and Grenadine.
For the last couple minutes, do you want to try to come up with our own little cryptid? Or do you want to save that for maybe a YouTube video?
Let's save that one for a video.
All right, because we probably got to get going here.
Yeah.
This is Red Light Homies talking about cryptids. Third installment of Spooktober. Let us know what you thought of these cryptids. I stretched my creative writing out a little bit. I know it was ass. I hadn't done something like that in a little bit. But so you tell them where they can find the show and what they should do.
You can find us everywhere from YouTube to Spotify to Amazon Music to Apple Podcast. I think that was everything. You can also catch us on our socials. Yeah, we got Instagram, Twitter, which we still don't use because Twitter is ass.
Fuck.
And TikTok. Stay tuned. Shorts coming out every day, every weekday, Monday through Friday. We got pods every Monday, videos every Wednesday and Friday.
Well, podcast clips every Wednesday with YouTube videos coming out every
Yes.
Friday. Trying to do a little variety and fix some technical issues that I keep running into. But make sure you like, rate, and share, especially rating and especially sharing. Rate 5 stars on whatever platform you're listening to, whatever platform you are on that Z had pointed out. It really, really helps the show. And make sure you share, whether that's clicking the crooked arrow, sharing it to whatever platform you have, or word of mouth. Word of mouth is very important. If your buddy comes up and he says, hey, I got my gear, I got my camping stuff, and I want to learn about where to find some cryptids I could possibly hunt for $1 million. Z, what do they tell them?
You're going by yourself. But if you want to learn about them, you can go to the boys Jackie and Z at Red Light Homies over on YouTube, anywhere else, to learn about some of the ones in this general local area in Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, actually, go. I'll visit you with the Czechoslovakia. I'm down. I'm coming. Right?
Yeah, I'm going to Czechoslovakia. Boys trip?
Guys trip? Get our dongs wrangled a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
For content? Make a Pornhub account?
Yeah.
This was the homies Jackie and Z.
That's me.
And we'll see y'all next Monday.
Peace out.